Quick question. How many F strings do you have in your codebase right now? And how many of them are processing user input? Because if the answer is a lot, you might have a problem. And Python 3.14 just gave you the fix. It's called t-strings. And today I'm showing you 4 real places where they matter. Let's get the basics out of the way real quick. F strings, you already know them. Put a variable in, get a string out. Simple. Now t-strings literally just swap the F for a T. See the difference? F string gives you a string instantly. T string gives you a structured object. Static text and dynamic values kept separate. Let's see why that matters in real code. First up, SQL injection. And yeah, I know, classic example. Say you've got a user search feature. Looks fine, right? Now watch what happens when an attacker enters this as the name. The F string had no idea. It just blindly shoved that value in. With a T string, it knows exactly which part is static SQL and which part is user input, and the exact same problem exists in HTML. Let me show you. Say a user sets this username, and you're displaying it on the page with a T string. The HTML processor knows username is dynamic input, so it escapes automatically. The script never runs. All right, third one. And this one is honestly underrated. In production, just logging a plain string isn't enough anymore. Tools like Datadog and CloudWatch want structured data, so you can actually filter, search, and set up alerts on it. With F strings, you lose that. With a T string, it's one line, 2 jobs. Same template, readable for humans, parsable for machines. This is an official example straight from PEP 750. Now here's one a lot of people completely overlook: shell command injection. Sometimes you run system commands from Python, processing a file, running a backup, whatever. With a T string, the processor safely escapes it. The processor decides, does this value need escaping? Yes? Done. So the rule is simple. F strings when you just need a string. T strings when you need control over what goes inside it. That's it. If you liked this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe for more Python goodness, and I'll see you in the next one.